I'm creating this short video to demonstrate some easier options for yoga poses to help you open up your hips, hamstrings, and leading to less tightness in the spine and the low back as a result. Now, the yoga classes I generally teach can be on the more challenging advanced side, and so I'm making this short video as a way of like the most fundamental, basic foundation exercises or poses you can do. And I will post in the link below the time where the poses actually start, the practice starts, so that if you like to watch this more than once, that you don't have to watch this intro part again. Now, the main reason why you may have pain or tension in your low back is actually because there's a lot of tension in your glutes, your hips, your hamstrings. And when those muscles are very tight, usually just from sitting in chairs, sitting at desks, sitting in the car for long periods of time, this causes the back to overreact because these basic muscles in the legs, in the glutes, stop working because they're so tight. Then the back takes over, and over a period of years, the back can get more and more tight, causing the spine to be more and more locked up, affecting your posture. And the main reason why we practice why we practice yoga is so that we can create a foundation for asana, for the long-seated meditation. So if you've ever tried to do meditation before and you've found that you've experienced pain in your body, pain in your back, wherever you're experiencing it, it's because you probably need to do some basic yoga poses to help stretch things out so that you can sit for 5 or 10 minutes or longer without that distraction of the body. And as you also practice yoga, it helps to calm down the mind because you're focusing on the breath, and the breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. Once you really learn how to utilize your breath awareness, that the mind won't be so all over the place, or the monkey mind as we call it, and your body won't be complaining constantly about how much pain it's in. And then with these two distractions calmed down, you'll be able to find a deeper state of meditation. And just a brief note on meditation, a lot of people have the misconception that meditation is about stopping the thoughts in your mind. Although that is correct, that is very advanced to be able to sit down in meditation and nothing comes to mind and you're able to go into this very deep state. As a beginner, you shouldn't have that kind of expectation. As you sit down for meditation, you want to allow yourself to process those thoughts that are coming up. You want to allow your body to communicate to you its discomfort and what's going on so that you can address this later. You can sit down and you're like, okay, my back on the right hand side is like really hurting and this is distracting, and take a note of that you are going to work on that outside of your meditation practice through yoga or stretches or massage or whatever it is you need to do. If you sit down to do meditation and your mind is going crazy and you can't stop thinking about all the things that are bothering you, that's good, because usually in our environment, in our work, in our culture, we have to suppress our thoughts. We have to suppress our needs so that we can go to work, we can provide for our family, etc. So to sit down and have your mind go crazy when you're trying to meditate is normal, because now you're trying to digest and process all these thoughts and feelings that you just spent however long sweeping under the rug and ignoring. So the beginning stages of meditation is about recapitulation of your life, of your day, whatever happens. So I just wanted to say a little note on that little sort of tidbit of information, because I don't know who's watching this video. I don't know why or what you need exactly. And I just want to give you the most well-rounded insight or perspective on what you may be trying to accomplish, whether it's like your back's in pain, you are are trying to learn the foundations of yoga, or you are a meditator, whatever it is, it's all related, it's all connected. So what we're going to start with before we do these basic seated asanas or postures is one pranayama. So and I'll probably link this in the bottom, the book that I'm referencing this pranayama from, or breathing exercise, is the 8-limb Ashtanga primer, which is by the Mount Madonna Institute, Baba Haridas. He goes through the most basic pranayama exercises here. I don't know if I'll be doing future videos, in which case, if I do, I will go deeper into it, but it's best to start very basic with these poses and pranayama, because even if we consider this pranayama to be easy or basic, it's actually quite advanced, to be honest. It might seem easy when you're doing it, but the sensations you may experience, and it's a purification process, and depending on what you're trying to purify, it can be quite intense. So without further delay, let's get started with this first basic pranayama, which is alternate nostril breathing, or nadi shodhana. So the nadis, as you will see in this book I'm referencing, if you happen to be utilizing it, if not, don't worry, is that you have an Ida Pingala and Nadi Pingala, and you have the Sushumna Nadi, which is the central channel. And what you're basically doing is just trying to balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain with this exercise. So the yin and yang, or the male and female energies of the body. And by doing this pranayama or breathing exercise, you'll just feel like you're more sattvic. You'll feel more balanced if you do it every day. And it only takes a few minutes to do it. You don't have to spend very long. Okay, so making yourself comfortable in a seated posture. You can cross your legs, you can sit on a cushion, whatever feels best for you. Then you'll close your eyes and just take a moment and focus on your breath. And just observe each inhalation and exhalation. You'll stay with your natural breath, or you'll transition towards what's called Ujjayi breath or victory breath. With the Ujjayi breath, you will be starting to lengthen your breath to 6 to 8 seconds for the inhale and 6 to 8 seconds for the exhale. The breath is passing over the back of your throat. And as it passes over the back of the throat, you're creating heat in your body. So this is like part of the purification process with yoga, with meditation, is connecting with the breath. It's a way of purifying yourself of whatever it is you need to have purified. You'll be able to notice in this video that you can hear my breath. It's not too exaggerated. It's just enough. And the easiest way of practicing this style of breathing is if you take your hand in front of your mouth, and as you, with your mouth open, I want you to exhale on your hand. So you feel heat, like you're fogging a mirror. See how that breath creates heat. Now close your mouth and do the same style of breathing over the back of your throat. That's the Ujjayi breath. That's the heat that you're creating in your body. Let's just do this a few more times. I will go over more specific breathing exercises potentially in other future videos, but just to keep this very focused on topic, just settling into this breath, settling into your body. And on your next inhalation, I want you to breathe from the base of your spine all the way up through the crown of your head, lengthening and stacking your vertebra. Draw the belly in towards your spine, Open the heart, pulling the shoulders back, and you're pressing the shoulders down away from the ears. So you're just practicing having better posture as you're sitting here. And as you drop into the breath, as you tune into your body, just observe what your body is trying to communicate to you. Notice the areas of tension or restriction, and this is without judgment. You're feeling without judgment. You're just taking note and keeping track for future reference. Now we'll begin alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhan. Bring your right hand towards your face, and there's two options here. You can either have the index finger and the middle finger resting at the third eye center, or you can have these same two fingers resting on the bridge of your nose, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Then from here, you're going to close the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale completely through the left side. Begin left. Inhale through the left nostril, 6 to 8 seconds. Closing left, exhale right, 6 to 8 seconds. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Closing left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Round 3, inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. One more time. Inhale left. Closing left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Release. Come back to natural breath or ujjayi breath and just take a moment and observe the sensations, how you feel after doing this pranayama breathing exercise. There's no right or wrong answer, you know, to how you are feeling at this point. You may feel no different at all. A lot of times with these breathing exercises, it takes time, just like anything else in life. I recommend practicing this breathing exercise every day for at least a month, just to start noticing the benefits. If you have done this breathing style or exercise before, you're not new to doing yoga, you'll probably notice the benefits of it right away. Okay, and next we're going to move towards our first asana, which is, in my opinion, the easiest or the most basic one. It's called child's pose or balasana. So it really helps if you have a yoga mat or something comfortable to use here for this pose. So you're going to start with your knees wide on your mat and you're sitting on your heels. Then you're going to place your palms in front of you and you're going to start walking your hands forward until you're able to release your forehead down towards the earth. We're going to start with a few breaths here in this first variation of child's pose. So you're doing your best to still stay connected with your breath. You're breathing into the areas of tension and you're observing. First and foremost, you are observing your body. And then we're going to move into another variation here. If you're really enjoying this variation, you don't have to take this next variation. But you're going to walk your hands now towards the right side of your mat. Then place the right hand on top of the left. With the head down, you're in sort of a side bend or twisted variation and breathing here into the left side body. Then you're going to walk your hands back through center and over to the left side of the mat, placing the left hand on top of the right. Dropping the head down and breathing now to the right side body. And then back through center. And then walk your hands back towards your body, making your way upright. Okay, that's the first pose. The second pose, you're going to lean to one side, bring the legs out in front for a hip stretch. So if you're new to doing asanas like this, just let your legs stretch out here for a moment after that first one where you're sitting on the feet, on the hips. Now, next pose is butterfly or Baddha Konasana. You're going to bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet together. There's a couple different variations of butterfly, but we're going to do more of the yin or passive variation today. So you want about a foot or a little bit more between your sit bones and your feet. Then hands can rest on the shins, ankles, or feet here. You're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Then exhale, round the spine, and you're going to drop the crown of the head down towards your feet. Holding here, we'll be here for maybe a minute or so, and coming back to your breath. And when I mean breath, ujjayi breath or natural breath, but just do your best to focus on it as much as possible. And with this pose, you're just letting gravity do the work here, so you're not pulling, you're not forcing yourself to go deeper. You're just seeing what gravity is going to be allowing you to do here in a relaxed way. And just a couple more breaths here. And to release, inhale, slowly lifting back up. Then you can begin to extend your legs. And to fully release the pose, you can always ground the hands behind you, open the heart, and drop the head back here. And just observe the sensations, such as maybe, a little tingliness, heat, numbness, whatever it is. So now that we did the hips, we're going to do a little bit more of the inner thighs next. So you're going to take your legs wide to a V for the pose that's called Uttanasana Konasana. And if you're new, your legs might be a little bit more like this, which is totally fine. I once was inflexible, and that's where my legs were back in the old days. So if you have difficulty sitting upright here in the spine without the support of your hands, you're going to take your hands behind you, fingertips pointing away from the body, and you're going to open the heart and drop your head back. So opening up the chest here. If you have more flexibility to work with, you can start to lean forward, grounding your hands in front of you. Eventually, your forearms can release towards a prop, such as a block or a pillow, or eventually fully recline down towards the earth as the advanced options. So whichever variation feels best for you, we're going to just hold that again for a minute or so. And coming back to your breath here. Again, a couple more breaths here. And when you are ready to release, slowly lifting back up. Then take your time bringing the legs in together. And then we'll finish with just one more pose. So altogether, you're doing 4 stretches. Doing a home practice is a lot easier when you've got a short list, and that's why I'm just giving you a few to start with. So this is going to be a recline twist. You're going to make your way onto your back. Then from here, you're going to take your arms to a T and cross the right leg over the left. You're going to drop your knees towards the left side of your mat, and then you're going to look over your right shoulder. Do your best to keep your shoulder grounded with the earth before deepening your twist. If the twist is very uncomfortable with the legs, the knees, you can always place your prop, such as a pillow or a block, if you have one, underneath the knees as you twist. Then coming back to your breath here. One more breath on this side. And exhale, bring the knees back through center, and then we'll switch. Now you're going to cross the left leg over the right, drop your knees right, And now looking over the left shoulder. Couple more breaths here. Exhale, back towards center. Now finish by bringing your knees in towards your chest, one or both at a time, to help neutralize the spine. Then you can make your way back towards your seat in the best way for you. And we'll finish from here. So now just drawing your palms together in front of your heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samastaha Sukhinon Bhavantu. Loka Samastaha Sukhinon Bhavantu. Loka Samastaha Sukhinon Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thanks again, you guys, for taking time to watch this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have a meditation practice you're going to move into now you are ready, and hopefully you'll feel more comfortable. If you like this video and you'd like to see more variations or styles of yoga and preparation for meditation, advanced asanas, pranayama, etc. in the future, you can always leave me a comment or like this video. Thanks again, and take care.